Hello! Happy World Fringe Day to Ludlow Fringe and Stockholm Fringe.
Hello.
Adam, hello. How are you?
Oh, we're really well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing good. Thanks very much.
We are absolutely fabulous.
Thanks, so are you with your glasses on. Why don't, Adam, you tell us a little bit about Stockholm Fringe?
Well, Stockholm Fringe is, it's really artist created 9 years ago. It's going into its 9th year. And this year, for the second time in a row, as a part of the Nordic Fringe Network. So we are a growing number of Nordic Fringe festivals, where Stockholm was the first one, but now is joined by Gothenburg, Bergen, Lahti, and Reykjavik. They spoke to before, Turku, and it's we are small festivals, but we're going with a motto: many little streams create a river. So we
Nice.
That as a movement, we have a chance to make a statement, and we're currently in the process of developing the network. It could really be a proper network, more than just a joint artist call, and be better at serving the artists that come from all over the world.
Perfect. And earlier we spoke to Reykjavik and Lahti Fringes earlier in this playlist.
Yes.
About being part of the network and how supportive it's been in setting up new fringe festivals in those countries that haven't got them yet. So your fringe festival, Adam, was the first in Stockholm. That's right, isn't it?
Well, it started off quite small and then it grew quite dramatically. So from like year 1 to year 3, we grew maybe, 400%. And that was too much. We took in way too many artists because, of course, that many people applied. There's always the kind of the ambition to take in as many artists as possible. And then the last few years, we've actually cut the size of the festival. So it's a little bit less of a conveyor belt of performance art and a little bit more focused on the artist. And also trying to find an audience, because when we grow so much, not all the artists were getting the audience they needed. So that's something that we work on. And unfortunately, we're not open access. It's curated purely based on the fact that we hire the venue for our artists, and then we give them to the artists, and hence we only have a limited amount of venues. So it's a little bit different than other festivals, but anybody can apply. We are multidisciplinary. It's everything from super highbrow to super lowbrow, and all the goodness in between. So we're trying to pick a program that kind of reflects what matters and what happens here and now. We have innovation, a lot of feministic work. Next year is going to be our first film year. Our 10th year anniversary will be female creators only, so only women in charge. Men are allowed on stage, but it will be female directors, female producers, and only women who are in charge.
Yeah, nice. Cool. And Anita, in Ludlow, can you tell us how about your Fringe Festival and what you do?
Well, we just finished on the 1st of July, on the Sunday. It was amazing. We've had loads and loads of things going on here. Of course, we use venues all over the town, from little venues to the castle. We used the castle this year, and we can get 3,000 people, but we weren't intending that because we had Shakespeare in there. It was a local theatre company, but using professional actors, and that was brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah, it really went well. And of course, we were really lucky. We've had such wonderful weather for the last 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. And how are you recovering from the Fringe? Are you exhausted, or have you sort of come back to life now?
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're coming back.
Well done. Coming back to life. And can you tell me how important the Fringe Festival has been to Ludlow? Because I know it's made a huge impact in your town.
Yes, certainly has. And certainly to the community, to the feel. The atmosphere in the town over that 2 weeks was incredible. So many people talking about it, and because we've only got 10,500 people in the town, so pretty much has an impact on everybody here in some way or another, and it also brings in a lot of visitors from outside. But because we're right in the centre of town now, we've just got a new offices right in the middle here, overlooking the market. And actually, I should turn you around and show you the market. Do you want to have a look?
Yes, please. I've just had the pleasure of being to your offices, and they are absolutely amazing and big enough to hold events in.
There we are. Have a look out the window. This is Ludlow.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you.
And where can I show you? The castle's up there, and that's the square that we use.
Tasty pizzas as
All
well.
the pounds.
Pizza every day. They do get pizza every day.
Look you out the window.
You're allowed to have pizza, aren't you, in your office? Because your office is given to you by Pizza Express. That's right, isn't it?
Actually, I think you probably just saw that when I put you out the window. They're a little bit of a plug for Pizza Express. They weren't the most popular in the town when they moved here because obviously, well, not obviously, but Ludlow's got a massive reputation for being a foodie town. So people got a bit upset about, sort of having Pizza Express here. They've been wonderful to us. They've every year they sponsor us, and this year they've given us this wonderful office. Look at this.
Yeah, it is a brilliant office. And so, what other impacts have the Ludlow Fringe had on Ludlow?
Gay Pride. Oh yeah, we had Gay Pride this year. Well, we started it last year, and that was a much bigger one this year. And yes, so we sort of used all of the square, lots of venues in the town, lots of cabaret and theatre and music happening all over the place. Great get together as well was wonderful. No, what else have we done? I think the fact that we just bring in so many people. Actually, I heard my first complaint when I was in a shop the other day. Oh yeah, it was a complaint about the festival. All these people coming into town.
Backhanded compliment or what?
Well, actually, I'm not too sad to hear that.
No, that's right, isn't it? And Adam, how about in Stockholm? What impact has it had on the city, and how do the audiences take your festival?
Well, the audience is growing. I would say we are a small festival in a town with loads of festivals, but the impact it's been having is that people have discovered us as a platform, as a place to go. If you want a little bit of fresh air in terms of performance art, because the local scene, although it's rich, is also very incestuous. So we always offer something new, something different. And also we've noticed that the amount of local and Nordic artists that have been applying is increasing every year. And from people not knowing what the Fringe is to people actually planning the year, and then we'll perform at the Fringe. And that's not only like emerging artists or artists that's never performed before. We have some established artists who do that as well. And that's amazing.
Yeah, that's great. I've just noticed that we've got Zach here from Charm City Fringe.
Hello, Zach.
Better late than never. How are you doing? Oh, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
To turn on your mic or something. Right, while he's figuring that out, what can you tell me about any connections that you've got with other fringes, Anita? Because you've kind of met quite a lot of Fringe Festival producers now.
Yeah. Well, this year we have. Well, obviously we know Kath. Hello, Kath.
Hello.
And Adam. In terms of it, I'd like to make greater links this year. I think some of the things that have been really successful was the international sort of world music, Spanish and that. And I'd really like to make more contacts with other world fringes to perhaps look at sort of folk and more rootsy music from other music and performances from other countries as well for next year. So that's something I'd like to pursue. Perhaps when we come up to Edinburgh to chat with other Fringe directors. I think the biggest thing is just having that support and knowing that we're not on our own, because you feel
totally
that you're so alone.
Oh no, you're never alone, Peter. We're always here for you.
And it's advice, isn't it? And just structure and yes, all that sort of thing is so useful. Being a part of the World Fringe Network and being able to just share all those ideas and stuff. So
sharing, that's what Adam, that's your mantra, isn't it? Sharing is caring.
Oh God, yes. I think the more the better. We try to share templates, we try to share ideas, but also we always think that together we're stronger. With the Nordic Fringe Network, the plan is to, maybe invest in back of house together, have better databases, better websites, a better ticketing system, make it more seamless for artists, and also possibly have an exchange of management, possibly have an exchange of core crew. So come back in a year's time and we'll let you know what we worked out, because this is going to be done on like an equal opportunity thing between the Nordic Fringe festivals. So these proposals are there, and we're going to create a whole bunch of stuff within the next 12 months to make the organism better. We all want to, I have the good old, we all want to elevate the local through the global. So we're all very individual festivals, but as a family, both in the Nordic network and in the World Fringe Network, we can gain so much from each other.
Yeah, definitely can. And Zach, can we hear you yet? No, we can't hear you.
Zach can pop into the next one.
Yeah, Zach, maybe you could write things on a pad and hold them up. It's good to have you here in spirit, Charm said to everybody.
Maybe we can try and chat after, and then maybe you can pop into one of the later groups.
You can pop into the next one if you want to. So we're going to finish quite soon, but what would you like to tell any artists who are watching about the support that you give them and why fringes are important to artists?
Is this me or Anita?
Oh, Anita first. Go on, you spoke last.
So what was that? The why the message to
why the fringes support?
Oh, it's good. Well, we've really supported our performers this year, with accommodation and sort of helping them with all the promotion and just getting them known out there. A lot of the performers that have come here before, we've tried to sort of give them a bit of a leg up this year, which is really nice. Certainly the comedy, people like Alex Keeley, we performing with James Acaster and Stephen Evans. So people that have sort of had come to us for the first time, and we've started to sort of buddy them up with bigger names to perhaps give them a better chance as well to get seen. All in all, though, it's why go to the Fringe? Because people love it.
Oh, we all love Fringe. So how about you, Adam?
Well, we for the first thing is we give venues and technicians and equipment to our artists. We also try to provide like a platform for exchange of knowledge and meeting future collaboration partners. We do artist speed dating. We invite industry experts to seminars, to workshops. This is all free for participants. In the future, ideally, we have it as a proposal, but we don't have the funding yet. We would be giving a production kitty to every artist that's in the program. That would maybe be 500 euros, and they can use it for accommodation, for travel, whatever. But we don't have that money yet. That's in an ideal dream world.
Yeah, that's true. Zachary, I'm sorry.
And we get 100% of the box office as well.
Oh, good. Very good. Artists everywhere, take note. And so I'm just going to say sorry to Zachary that we can't hear him. But we'll speak to you in the next one. And happy World Fringe Day to you. It's been lovely to have you here. And we shall speak to you very soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Yes. Happy Fringe Day.
Happy Fringe Day.